Your brain is betraying you right now in the supermarket. You didn't buy those bananas because you needed them. You bought them because a team of psychologists forced you to, without you even realizing it. If you think you're in control of your money, you're dead wrong. Today, you're going to discover how giant corporations hack your primitive ape brain to make sure you walk out with a full cart and an empty bank account. And pay close attention, because halfway through this video, I'm going to reveal what the color of the floor has to do with your impulsivity, and at the very end, I'll expose the decoy price trick. It's the dirtiest trap in marketing that makes you spend double with a smile on your face. Have you ever walked in for a carton of milk and walked out $50 poorer? That wasn't an accident. It wasn't a lapse in judgment. It was precision engineering. The second you cross those sliding glass doors, you stop being a customer and you become a lab rat. Everything you see, smell, and hear has been designed to bypass your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that thinks, and activate your limbic system, the part that wants. Let's start with the very air you're breathing. Do you smell that fresh-baked bread, that aroma of roasting coffee or rotisserie chicken? It's often fake. Major retailers use scent diffusers strategically hidden in the vents. Why? Because your sense of smell is the only one tied directly to the emotional center of your brain. It bypasses logic entirely. That smell triggers a massive dopamine hit. It makes you hungry, and a hungry customer is a gold mine. They buy 25% more items they don't need. But here's where it gets truly twisted: the architecture of the labyrinth. Have you noticed that the essentials, milk, eggs, toilet paper, are always at the very back of the store? It's not for logistics. It's to force you through a gauntlet of temptations. Every yard you walk through that store, your mental resistance is being eroded. It's a psychological phenomenon called decision fatigue. By the time you reach the milk, you've already made 100 tiny decisions. Should I buy this? Is this on sale? Your brain is exhausted. That's exactly when your defenses drop and you accidentally toss those cookies into your cart. And speaking of the cart, have you noticed they get bigger every year? It's not for your convenience. It's a basic visual trick. An empty cart creates subconscious anxiety. You feel like you're failing your mission. You feel like something is missing. And check this out. Have you ever felt like the cart wheels are a bit slow, or that the floor near the expensive items has smaller tiles? That's not poor maintenance. Small tiles make the cart go click, clack, faster. Your brain hears that rapid sound and panics. It thinks you're walking too fast. Instinctively, you slow down, and the slower you walk, the more money you spend. They are literally using the sound of the floor to pace your heartbeat and your spending. Now, let's talk about the banana paradox. Why is the produce section almost always at the very beginning of the store? It's a brilliant move of reverse psychology called moral licensing. By putting the healthy, green, fresh food at the entrance, the supermarket allows you to feel good about yourself immediately. I'm a healthy person. I bought bananas. Once you've put those bananas in the basket, your subconscious feels like it has fulfilled its moral quota for the day. This gives you moral permission, 10 minutes later, to buy frozen pizza, soda, and chips without feeling guilty. They manipulated you into feeling like a saint just so you'd be willing to sin with your wallet later. But wait, it gets even darker when we look at the numbers. Do you really think that product priced at $9.99 is a deal? Your brain processes numbers from left to right. Even though the difference between $9.99 and $10 is a single penny, your mind registers the 9 and categorizes it in the $9 range. This is the left digit effect. But stores go even further with price anchoring. Imagine you see a TV for $2,000. It feels expensive. Right next to it, they place a TV for $1,200. Suddenly, the $1,200 one looks like a steal. It isn't. They just used the $2,000 one to anchor your expectation. They hacked your ability to judge the actual value of the object. And what about those buy two, get one free deals? That's the trap of false scarcity and volume. They force you to buy 3 units of something you probably only needed 1 of. You've spent more money than you planned just to save money you wouldn't have spent in the first place. It's a mathematical trap where the house always wins. But now we enter the most dangerous zone on the map,
the cash out aisle. You're tired, you've navigated the labyrinth, your willpower is at zero, and suddenly you're forced to stop. Those long lines at the registers aren't always because they're short-staffed. They're extra exposure time for impulse buys. Batteries, gum, candy, magazines, these products have the highest profit margins in the entire store. And have you noticed how narrow those cash-out lanes are? They're designed so that if you suddenly regret picking up that giant bag of M&Ms, it's physically difficult to turn around and put it back, or you feel too embarrassed to leave the line. You are trapped. You are in the financial execution zone. But I promised you the dirtiest trick of all, the one used by fast food chains and tech giants to empty your pockets without you even feeling the sting, the decoy price. Imagine you're at the movies buying popcorn. The small is $3, the large is $7. Most people would pick the small. $4 is a big jump, right? So they introduce the decoy, the medium for $6.50. Now the medium looks like a ripoff and the large looks like a gift. For only 50 cents more, I get the double? I'm a financial genius, you think. Congratulations, you just spent $7 when you only wanted to spend $3. The vendor never wanted to sell the medium. The medium is a ghost designed to push you toward the most expensive option. It's an optical illusion applied to money, and you fall for it every time you choose a large combo or a premium subscription. Your ape brain is wired to seek the maximum reward for the minimum effort, and neuromarketing knows it. They aren't selling products, they are buying your behavior. How do you fight back? There is one golden rule. If you want to take back control, never use a cart. Use a handheld basket. The physical weight on your arm is a constant signal to your brain of exactly how much you're buying. When the basket gets heavy, your dopamine drops and your logic spikes. Next time you see those bright, perfect yellow bananas at the entrance, smile. Now you know why they're there. You know they are the bait. But the supermarket is just the beginning. What Amazon does to predict what you're going to buy before you even know it yourself is much more terrifying. But how those algorithms read your mind, that's what we're diving into in the next video. Did you recognize yourself in any of these traps? Tell me that one product you always end up buying for no reason. I'll read you in the comments. And if you don't want them to keep hacking your brain, you know which button to hit. I'll see you in the next level of the rabbit hole.